today's video is a little bit off the wall and it's going to be really sporadic because I don't have anything planned. I'm just doing a cut comp in a random order, but I'm talking about aliens, actually. Whether or not I think they exist, why or why not, and all that good stuff like that. So, in the background, well, I guess it's a live comp, so it's not really a background. I'm playing it right now. I'm using the PO6. I got the Locust diamond, or not diamond, I got it gold, and I go for challenges, so might as well go for the PO6 now since I have it unlocked, so it's actually not that bad of a gun. But without further ado, let's get into this alien thing. If you follow the news at all, or know anything about astronomy, you will have heard of the multiverse theory, and if you don't, I'll explain. This theory states that there is an infinite amount of universes, and let's say a universe is a scenario, okay? Well, this is going to be really hard to explain just because I know what it is, and I just have to explain it the best that I can. But we're going to say that a universe is just a scenario, okay? It's a different combination of life and solar systems inside of it. So this states that there's an infinite amount of scenarios, an infinite amount of universes, which this is where things get a little complicated. I believe that I believe in the multiverse theory. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that it does not make sense to me for there not to be a multiverse theory, and I'm probably gonna stutter a lot just because for some reason whenever I talk smart, I focus on what I'm saying. So my gameplay is gonna be bad, but I'm gonna be stuttering most likely, but I'll get the point across. And if you guys want a full video without Black Ops 3 gameplay so I can fully explain what I believe, then feel free to comment, and if I get, I don't know, just a couple comments, I will definitely do it. So once again, the multiverse theory states that there is an infinite amount of everything, which you would think has to be true, right? I mean, space is infinite. Space has to be infinite. Where would space end? That's the main question. If space did end, how? How would it? Where would it? And that's what gets me. Like space can't end. Some scientists say that it does end, but there's literally no way that space could end. Like it can't. Space can't end. What is beyond where space ends? People would say that time does not exist there, and technically, or at least what I believe, is time doesn't exist at all. Time is what humans made up. And I'm not just saying seconds or hours, which is really made up. I'm saying completely made up. Like, time is not a factor. So, space-time continuum, I'm not going to say is a factor in the multiverse theory. Though I do believe in the multiverse theory for a second, let's just say I don't believe in it, okay? I'm just gonna go ahead and say I don't believe in it just for the scenario. If I didn't believe in the multiverse theory, I would still technically believe in aliens. And when I say aliens, I do not mean human-like organisms that walk on two legs, talk, and have a higher intelligence than us. Because what I believe aliens would be, or at least the first ones that we discover, will be our many microorganisms, bacteria even, because, well, humans cannot survive in hardly any circumstance, right? We have to have the right amount of temperature, just the right amount. It's just a minimal variation in the temperature that we can survive, and we can't survive in that cold either. We can't survive in too much radiation. But there are microorganisms, smaller than even what I think our microscopes can see, that can survive at almost any given heat, radiation, anything like that. Already we've discovered things that live at the very, very bottom of the ocean where sulfur levels are super high, where the pressure is so high that if we were there for seconds, our lungs would collapse and we would die almost instantaneously. So I'm saying that the first aliens that we discover are going to be microscopic bacteria. And I'm going to go back and say that I do believe in the multiverse theory, which states that any possible scenario is there. So there is a universe where I am not cutting this comm. There's a scenario where I got that kill. There's a scenario where I'm not laying in bed. There's a scenario where you're a female. There's also a scenario where you're dressed as a clown right now. There is a scenario for absolutely everything. Every decision you make, everything that is thrown at you, there is a scenario made for it. So automatically, if you believe in the multiverse theory, you pretty much have to believe in aliens, because there is an infinite amount of possibilities for absolutely everything. So there's literally no way that there is not a different life form if everything is possible. But first off, I have to get you to believe that the multiverse theory is true. Think for a minute. How would space end? Just try. Wrap your mind around it. If there was a halt in space, what it would look like, what would it feel like, okay? If you can do that, be sure to let me know, because I don't know why, but I don't think humans have the capacity to understand how this would happen. Second off, explain to me why it would end. What would cause space to end? Black hole? But technically, past a black hole is still space, right? So space can't end. If you have a valid argument, please be sure to let me know, and I will consider it, because I am just as torn on this as I'm sure you are. But I can't imagine space ending. So if space doesn't end, nothing can end, right? Because if one thing is infinite, everything has to be infinite. I'm not talking about imaginary things either, like numbers. Because numbers don't have a physical form. Space is physical. If one physical thing is infinite, then every physical thing has to be infinite. It's just science, like, it has to be. Okay, if I didn't get you to believe in the multiverse theory, fair enough. How about this? Our galaxy, the Milky Way, is so large that we have hardly discovered any of it. So, what's to say that there is not a lineup where the sun, or a sun, a star, is the right distance away from a planet to make life? Because all life is, if you look at it from a science standpoint, all life is just a collection of different atoms and molecules to form something that is living and breathing. In our own solar system, we have found water, and water is a necessity of life. Who's to say in our galaxy, or even another galaxy, that a star does not line up with a planet close enough, yet far enough, that it can sustain life? We don't know that, and some scientists and some people believe that this is where aliens are living, where humans could live. But I don't think that the only planet that can sustain life is where humans can live. Why do we have to be the basis? Why can't another creature be the basis of life? It doesn't have to be human-like to be an alien. So, why should I have to live on a human-like planet? Like an Earth-like planet. It can be barren. As long as that thing can survive on it, then it's an alien. It's surviving. Some people are frightened of aliens, and I believe you have absolutely no reason to be. If we discover it, like I said, I don't think it'll be intelligent at all. And even if it is intelligent, we are not able to see it, correct? So, because we haven't discovered it yet, that's what I'm getting at. So, how would they be able to see us? When you get so far out, light years away, it takes time. It takes time to be able to see far away. So, there are places in our universe that if we were capable, or if something was capable of viewing us, they would see dinosaurs, or cavemen, or even something before that, because vision is just an assortment of light, and light takes time. Though light is the fastest thing in the galaxy, in the entire world, the universe, it takes time still. that's why if the sun stopped burning, it would take us 8 minutes to realize it, because it takes the light 8 minutes to get to us. So that's actually how slow it is. So we're 8 minutes behind what the sun is actually doing right now. So if we could get pictures of light, which would just be viewing the planet, it would take more time than that, because the thing we would be viewing is way, way farther out than our sun. So it could be hundreds of years that we're missing. Why, if aliens have seen us, they wouldn't come invade us? Because we look trashy, probably. We probably look like we're nothing. I mean, honestly, if they viewed us and they were intelligent enough to have the equipment to view us, they'd probably think we were completely brainless creatures. Why wouldn't they? We'd be cavemen running around with sticks, killing saber-toothed tigers, running bison off the hills, and, I don't know, throwing our daughters in the rivers. Like, that's what they're viewing us. So why would they want to come and visit us if they think we're idiots in the first place, if they are that smart? Which I'm saying that they are not, because they don't have to be. They don't have to be smart to be aliens. Most likely they're bacteria. Guys, I'm going to wrap the video up here, but there is so much more I could cover on this topic, because I just think a lot about subjects like this, because they bug me for some reason. I don't know, I guess I'm that nerd type dude, but they just bother me. So if you want me to do a full-length video, I will do a face reveal and get on my computer and discuss how I truly feel about everything, though it'll probably take a couple videos if you request that. So just let me know. If you like this, I will do more deep talk videos like this, and just be sure to subscribe, comment, and let me know what you think about this topic. I'm really interested to hear what you guys think about this, because I feel so confused about everything like this. So I just want to hear what you guys have to say. If you want the full-length video, be sure to comment and request it, and I'll do that for you. And I'll see you guys in the next one.